What's up YouTube? In this video I wanted to show you my Street Fighter 2 arcade cabinet, Arcade1Up cabinet. I have modded it and added more games to it. So I'm using a PC instead of a RetroPie. I went with a PC because it's able to play Killer Instinct, and I wanted to make sure I had Killer Instinct on this arcade. So I'm able to play Killer Instinct 1 and 2. It really doesn't need a high-end PC. It just needs like low-end PC will work. I'm using, it's a HP Pentium 4 PC, and it runs all these arcade games really good. For the arcade games, you really don't need that much power. That's why a RetroPie works easily. But for Killer Instinct, it does not work on RetroPie. So I'm using a PC for that. So here it is. Right now what you're seeing is my wallpaper of the PC. As soon as I turn it on, it actually boots directly into CoinOps, which is the front end that I'm using on my PC. But I went ahead and exited out of CoinOps to show you my PC running on this. As far as what I did to the cabinet, I switched out the buttons and the joystick. I'm using some LED lighted buttons. You can see them there. They're lighted with bat tops for the joysticks. I do have the original ball tops, which are easily exchangeable, but I wanted to use the bat tops. Player 1, player 2 lighted, and I also have the coin button here on the side. Eventually I'll drill a hole probably here in the front for the 2 coin buttons, but for now I just have it off to the side there, and I haven't drilled any holes yet. The other thing I did is I put in a LCD controller board, which basically allows you to plug in anything really, it's anything with an HDMI, with a VGA for computers. It lets you reuse the same monitor and plug in whatever you want to plug into it. Some people are modding these with like PS4s, PS3s, Xboxes, computers, but mostly everyone uses that RetroPie. It's just a more common one, but I went with PC. I wanted to get that Killer Instinct game on here. So yeah, those 4 components, the joysticks, the LCD controller panel, and then a little amplifier that's connected to my computer for the sound, gives it a little bit more bass and treble, and the PC is the 4th component. So let's go ahead. Here's a mouse. You can see it's my Windows. I'm using Windows 7 and CoinOps. There it is. I'm using CoinOps Arcadia. There's several versions of CoinOps, but I went with CoinOps Arcadia because it's meant to be run on arcade cabinets, and you don't need a high-end computer to run that version of CoinOps. It's mostly meant just for arcade games. Other versions of CoinOps, the more popular one is CoinOps Next, but that one has consoles, and I really wanted to stick with just arcade, and I'll show you what I'm talking about. So I'm gonna start it. So as soon as I hit start, it went straight to my arcade list. Some of the other versions of CoinOps, it shows you all the consoles, like, and then you select what console you want to play. Then it shows you the games. I wanted, get to the point. Let's play some games, some arcade games. So right now it's showing you my favorites list. So I'll just cycle through here. I have Walter Beast, Bad Dudes, Burger Time, Contra Arcade, Dig Dug, Donkey Kong, Final Fight. Probably one of the best beat 'em up games ever, Final Fight. And there's already an Arcade1Up of this game, but now it's on here. Frogger, Galaga. A lot of good ones in here. Ghosts and Goblins, Hydro Thunder, and here we go. Killer Instinct 1, Killer Instinct 2. That's the reason I went with the PC. So let's check it out.
Available for your home in 1995, only on Nintendo Ultra 64. Killer Instinct.
Killer Instinct. I remember at the arcades just hearing this music, just this title screen, just the music blaring. So awesome. It had one of the best soundtracks, this game. Of course, the fighting system, the combo system, and who can remember Ultra Combo? So here we go. Put some quarters in here. Start.
Arcade. DJ Combo. Fight on.
So in this video, I'm not really going to do a lot of gameplay or anything. I'll do another video for that. I just wanted to show you. Here's player 2. There we go. And with CoinOps, it lets you do hotkeys. So what I did for my hotkey is if I press these two buttons at the same time, it exits. There we go. Here's KI2. There we go. Some quarters in here. Jago. I'll be doing some more videos. I did include Mario Kart for the kids. I tried to stick with just arcades, but there is a couple that I added just for the kids. Mortal Kombat 2. Another thing I like about CoinOps, it's so user-friendly, real easy. Just go up and down on the games, pick what game you want, then exit out. I disabled the settings, that way no one comes in here and messes with settings. So it's all just real simple. There's no like trying to find a game to play. I kind of have a favorites list already. Either way, I don't have that many games on here, probably like 100, that's it. I wanted to keep it just straight to the point, to my favorites. Rampage, RoboCop, love this game, Drop It, Street Fighter 2, can't have a cabinet without a Street Fighter in it, Simpsons. So this is a game that Arcade1Up hasn't done yet. Everybody wants it. So here it is. This is the 2-player version of Simpsons. So what that means, it lets you pick who you want. So if I put quarters in here, start, see I can pick who I want to play as. The 2-player version lets you pick who you want.
Mark.
The 4-player version, you're stuck to, I mean, depending on what joystick you play with, that's who you are. But on the 2-player version, you can play whoever you want. Star Wars game. So here's all the Street Fighters: Street Fighter 1, Street Fighter 2, the Road Warriors, the original one, Championship Edition, which is this arcade cabinet, Alpha 1, Alpha 2, Alpha 3, Street Fighter the movie with Jean-Claude Van Damme, Strider. So let's try a Street Fighter game. Let's try this one since Street Fighter 2 is already the cabinet. I'll show you a different Street Fighter. There we go.
This is Street Fighter Alpha 3.
Put some quarters.
Street Fighter Alpha.
One player. There it is. Let's go with Ryu.
Select your fighting.
Alright. So there it is.
Hey, come on, stand up. Face it straight. Come on, fight. Come on.
Alright. Let's exit out of there. Sunset Rider is another good game, 4-player game, but this is the 2-player version. Street Fighter Turtles. This one's Super Street Fighter Turtle. Ninja Turtles, another 4-player game, but this is the 2-player version. So what that means is, once again, I can select which turtle I want to be. So, some quarters, start, so I can pick what turtle I want. Alright. So, Ultimate, Mortal Kombat 3, Super Mario Bros. So this one's actually the arcade version. It's not the Nintendo version. I don't know if a lot of people know that there was an actual arcade version. I'll show you guys. So this is the arcade. See how it says insert coin? So arcade, 1 or 2 players. But essentially it's the same game. It's just the arcade version. There it is. So let's see, we're almost kind of done here. WrestleFest, an awesome wrestling game. WrestleMania, X-Men, X-Men versus Street Fighter. Actually, out of all the Marvel, Marvel versus games, I like this one the best. I love the cast, the character selections for this. It's all Street Fighter, all X-Men. Love this game.